Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Done.
Mike 54.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
This is the former Nittany Lion, the rookie Miles Sanders. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
You go.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Let's go one more.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Give him a couple on the carry there, second and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on second and 8. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Throwing is Wentz. And this is caught by Jackson. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson. His first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Makes the score Eagles 7, Vikings nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins gives way to Cook. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives you...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. With it is Jackson. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage, being the road team going up a score. That takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
That's where you
2
belong.
yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check 53, Mike. Here we go, here we go.
1st down, here's Cousins. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Third and short yardage, Cousins. And he finds Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard. Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. Cousins. He completes it to Treadwell. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back to the ground, Cook. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic. Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now. They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now wins. It's caught by Sanders. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play. From just shy of midfield, Wentz, and that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins, he'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays. To throw again on 2nd down, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards. Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the end. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Break done. 280. Hey, kill. Hey, 4-2 kill.
I got you. 54 done. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now, Wentz again. And complete to Zach Ertz. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line.
First down, Eagles.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
81.
Wentz to throw again. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
It's 3rd down and less than a yard.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Hunt. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Hey, watch it, watch it. 54's Mike.
Wentz now to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So word against symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Whip. Watch the whip. Alert 3. Alert 3.
Check 13. Check 13.
Kid.
And the play clock becoming an issue, so Mike Zimmer's forced to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
I got him.
Shift.
6 guys. Rhino.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Hey, receiver.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 44-yard line.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Flush to his right. That's caught inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. And this is Cook with a grab. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Barely got the extra point, and the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Eagles offense sent to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
180! Check right 54. Right 54. Don't get nervous. 2 Jack. Lion. What's this one?
Now that's complete to Jeffrey. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Rush in.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Showing up. Kill. Sunday.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Gain on the play brings up second and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the
Working from the gun. Wentz gonna look deep for and look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Steps away, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Jannard Avery in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long.
Under 10. 10. Watch twist. Check.
Watch it.
One. Yellow. Hey, Haywood. Here we go.
Third and long for Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Throwing again on second down. Cousins completes it to the fullback hand. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second and inches, Cousins. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They'll run on first down. Cook. Up to make the stop, the Pro Bowl safety, Malcolm Jenkins.
Hey, we're good.
A gain of a yard.
Keep playing. Go.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On on 2nd and 9. Cousins, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Hey, receiver.
49, check 49, check 49.
Kill, kill, kill.
Kill, 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 kill. It's hot, hot.
Here's Cousins. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Line 54.
And let's get that ball.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. This is Hunt. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
I got him.
They run again with Hunt. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing just outside his own goal line. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at the 33. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They've gone final now out in Kansas City, and it was the Chiefs who emerged victorious there. A victory there would mean their 6th on the year. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Philadelphia, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaw.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30